I have the pleasure of being the last speaker today, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad, but I'm hoping for the first. I'm Elisabeth Barrie. I work also head of product at Vipps. And I've been at Vipps for 2 years, and before that in Schibsted for plenty of years. So I learned a lot from Kaja and the rest of the great product leaders in Schibsted. Today I want to talk to you a bit about how we at Vipps grow at a really rapid pace and how we try to preserve our startup mindset and our startup culture. This was my first day at Vipps 2 years ago, and I got a t-shirt where it said, "You're among the 50 first." 2 years later, today, we're 5 times as many people. We needed a proper camera to take the picture. And we're a lot of 3 new companies, 3 brands turned into one company. Together we're aiming to make both identification, and payments easy and safe. And we are growing really fast. So how do we manage to create alignment when onboarding 10, 12, I think 1 month we were even onboarding 15 persons 1 month. Also, almost every month or every quarter we're achieving new all-time high results. And we're developing new features at high speed. We also want to maintain and nurture our #1 brand position. Young people like our brand, which is 4 years old, better than they do with the big digital international world-class brands, which is something we're extremely proud of. At the same time as all of this is going on, we're also trying to go outside of Norway. So it's a lot of things happening at the same time, and we're growing very, very fast, both in terms of people and in terms of what we do. So how do we actually maintain this startup mindset and culture? We focus on people, and we focus on execution. And there's 2 reasons that I want to tell you about why I actually think we will succeed also with the business. The first one is that we all live for simplicity.
5, 4, 3, 2, 4, 4, 8, 2, 8, 8, 5, 2, 9, 1, 3.
This is, for us, what Vipps is all about. Payment is not rocket science. And what's the strongest association people have to Vipps? It's simplicity. But what did we actually do? We swapped an account number with a mobile phone number. That's not rocket science either. A mobile phone number is, of course, much easier to both remember, to find, than typing in a long account number and log into your online bank. And we keep on simplifying in all we do. We love to solve tough and annoying problems for our users. Account numbers, cash, KID numbers, paper invoices, card information. Now we're going into removing all usernames and password, and we will be delivering this with the lowest transaction cost in the world. And what we didn't expect was that it could give us so much payback, all this simplification. So far, it's been incredible. To enable all our teams to move in the same direction, we've developed 4 very basic, easy-to-grasp product principles that we need to deliver on in all we do and all we make. Everything we create needs to be easy. We don't scale until we know that we're simplifying. It needs to be accessible. Everyone should be able to use us, whether you're young, old, or have disabilities, or whether you have an iPhone or an Android. And it needs to be safe. People need to be able to trust us. And it needs to feel like it's good value. To sum up, you can say it should be easy to buy, it should be easy to sell, but among everything, of course, it should be easy to understand. And if it isn't easy enough, we say that we will not do it, or we will stop something, we will withdraw it. A good example is what we did a couple of years ago, where we tried to have a mobile in-store payment. We figured out it's not easy enough, we need to stop it. But soon we're ready for a second try, where I hope we'll nail it. We remove pain points. That's what we try to do every day with all our products and services. The second reason why we believe we will succeed, both keeping the startup mindset but also in the business, is that we are aiming to become Norway's top place to work. And to become that, we are setting very, very ambitious goals, and we basically communicate them more or less to everyone. We are also working in an extreme complex structure. We have banks, for example, both as owners, as partners, but also competitors. We are regulated by the financial authorities, and we have a lot of interesting data. So we need also to be able to change our mind, and we do it actually quite often because things around us are changing so fast. And we ask our teams and tell them, please do experiments, test more, and fail. And it's okay to fail, and we want to talk about it and make sure to fail more often and faster. We don't spend our time doing business cases or falling in love with a solution. Instead, we analyze a little, we test a lot, then we develop or we just stop when we've tested the prototypes, and we make sure that we focus on the results created. Vipps is now a tech company. If you hear someone talking about IT, probably they're in a business where IT serves the business. Quite far from the business, you have IT and, I don't know, they give you maybe laptops, but also they make programs, but it's very little contact. For example, it's the business developers or business analysts who give some specs. Vipps is a tech company. Our developers, they don't serve just the business. They serve the customers and the users. And of course, again, they serve Vipps. We don't have a hierarchical structure traditionally. We have teams gathered around a mission. Multidisciplinary, cross-functional teams that works towards a mission. And we empower these teams. We make sure that these teams, they should have a product managers, they should have engineers, and they need a UX resource. Then we give them an ownership of a problem or an opportunity or a goal. And the team itself, they're responsible both for the solution, but also the results gathered. And throughout this, we strive to tackle all the risks that comes along as early as possible. We define the products together, and we focus on results, not features. We talk a lot about magic of collaboration. We're still a small team. We need to collaborate to succeed. We collaborate very closely with our customers, our users, customer service, the banks, merchants, but also experts and organizations. Here you can see some of our app developers working together with Christopher, who's our blind expert, making sure our app is easier to use for visually impaired. Okay, so I hear the sound is a bit lower, but here it's actually a voiceover.
Logisk for meg.
Good.
For det første så lurer jeg litt på om det her er liksom en type punktliste over hva er genialt med Vipps. Det regner jeg med det er. Men det største problemet her er egentlig at nå sier den side 2 av 3, og jeg kan egentlig ikke huske at jeg har gått fra side 1 til side 2.
Det er en sånn
And this type of work really creates magic. A year ago, people who could not see had an impossible time using Vipps. But look at us now.
Ung kvinne med førerhund vil kjøpe vafler av småjenter I parken.
Jeg har lyst på en vaffel og en saft.
Men vi tar bare Vipps.
Det går greit.
Kvinnen betaler med Vipps.
Send knapp. Penger sendt.
Gikk det bra?
Yes.
Kvinnen setter seg ned ved daten sin.
Se her, skal du få?
Gir ham et vaffelhjerte. Han legger armen rundt henne.
Vi kan bruke apper så lenge de laget på riktig måte. Norges Blindeforbund.
And this is an example of what we call the magic of collaboration, where we enable us throughout different partnerships and collaborations to do these type of things that makes it really meaningful to work at Vipps. So to sum up how we preserve the startup mindset and culture, we've nailed it down to that it's actually all about making life easier for customers and users. That's it. Thank you.